Riders fans, welcome to your unscripted motocross show, MX Unfiltered. It's a shame that the 250s, we don't know who's racing what coast until basically the racing starts. And that's what we're going over. 250 class, Jet Lawrence is gonna be the winner. Yes, if I'm being biased, I believe everybody that's watching this pretty much thinks the same damn thing. Jet has got the speed to be in the 450 class if MX of Nations proved anything, yet he's hanging back to win another championship, do the James Stewart thing, win a W on each coast, because last year he won East, and now he's going to race West. For Kawasaki, Mitch Payton is bringing in his heavy hitters with Austin Forkner, who was back to form last year. I know I sort of wrote him off, but last year he proved he had the speed to win until Jet T-boned him in the air and kind of ruined his season at that point. I really think that this is the #1 guy that could be a contender for Jet if Jet doesn't get in his own way. Then you have McAdoo on the Kawasaki as well, and he's definitely a podium finisher. Does he have the speed to win? Yes, but I think he will have to ride a little bit over his head to have the speed of Mr. Lawrence. Then with Yamaha, all of their previous winners are now in the 450 class. So you've got Levi Kitchen, who's had multiple top 10s, young gun, and then you got Styles Robertson, who was a factory Husky rider until Star decided to give him the cheater bike. Yes, that's a joke, but is it? Then Husky, you've got the lone rider, RJ, who if he could just not have the bad luck, could basically make it happen. We know this guy's got top 3 speed. He just has to put it all together to win races. And if he wins one, is he gonna win multiple ones? Gas. Pierce Brown. This might be the wild card that could actually put it to Jet. And viewers, become a commenter down below. Let me know about this list and who you think could win or beat Jet, if any. And while you're there, might as well stop by and subscribe. It helps out the channel, and I do sincerely appreciate it. KTM, I'm bummed about this one. Max Voland. I really think he should have gone East, and then they should have brought Tom Vial. The race I wanted to see was Jet versus Vial. Now I have to wait for these silly shootouts to make it happen. Wanted to see MXGP champ versus pretty much the brightest star we have here in the United States. You know, it's really Australia, but he's living here, racing here in Australia. He's living here, racing here in the United States, so we got him. Bar X Suzuki. Is this going to be the year of Suzuki with Roxon? And then these little 250s that make it happen. Most notably on this team is Ty Masterpool. Was a star guy. Has the speed. We saw him out front at Redbud multiple times. Doesn't have a whole lot of Supercross experience, but the kid's fast. And it's just one of those things about the sport where you're only as good as your last race. You know, your stock price goes down considerably if something happens, injuries, etc. And you've got Wageman, which I'm looking at Wageman to be a top 5, top 10 type rider. And Club MX, you got Enzo Lopes coming off one of his hottest years. He's been doing this quite a while, been in the 250 class, but that's a good segue to Filthy Phil because he's been doing it even longer in the 250 class. Those guys could be good fill-in riders if somebody gets hurt for something, but they're gonna fill out the field, be in the main events, top 10, potentially top 5s. Smart Top is bringing in Mitchell Oldenburg, who's a kid out of Texas that I really think is undervalued. I believe he's got a lot more potential than what he's yet to show. So maybe 2023 is going to be that year for him. And then they signed Anthony Rodriguez, who's been a top 5 guy in the 250 class in Supercross in 2016. Then he moved over to MXGP. He's been kind of back and forth. So that's an interesting one for me. Well, I really have no estimates on how I think that this guy is going to do, but he's been given a good bike, so that definitely helps. AEO KTM has got Joshua Barees. He was 7th on the East Coast, and then you've got Derek Kelly, which I believe Derek Kelly's going to lead that team. And Firepower Honda with Wilson Todd and Max Anstein. It's a good 250 team. West Coast is looking like it's going to be a shootout, right, for second place. Really think they should have brought Tom Vial on the KTM to race Jet, but they also want to win a championship. So this is where the politics and the strategy comes into play. Make sure you stay tuned because tomorrow, noon Pacific time, we are going live where we're going to have multiple guests on the show and we're going to banter about the upcoming race. I got big plans for it. Till next time, this is Johnny F. and Hopper. Keep it WFO. Roll!